Alright, we are now beginning session lucky number 13 of the Fever Swamp. So Phil Sticker will not be joining us today. He is tied to a tree by Sir Oric the Paladin for now. But Lucas has remembered that he's a wizard and not just a boat rowing crossbow shooting machine. So everyone should tell Lucas what he missed while he was NPC'd last session.
Did I bartend out that potion of mind reading?
No. Basically, the most things that happened was, we had the combat, that previous session was left on a cliffhanger for. Then they found some stuff, which I'll let them tell you about, and they saw a thing, which I'll let them tell you about, and then you made camp, and then crocodiles attacked. It was not a very eventful session, but it was an illuminating one, I thought, from my omniscient perspective. I don't know what the other players thought. I will let them tell you now as soon as I stop talking, which is presently.
Was the last session the one where we got the boat back, or was that the one before it?
I'm pretty sure it was the last session, because we
session.
left off on a cliffhanger then too, and then we had to fight for our right to party. No,
To party on your boat, yes.
yeah. But we left off with the revelation that our boat thief was there, and then we spent the first part of the session killing him, and the second part of the session being, Urcorp's, or not Urcorp's thing. Dealing with that shit.
The corpse pile, yeah.
Did you deal with it?
No, it's about to deal with us, though.
We mostly just ran away from it.
So I see a big purple arrow on it pointing away from us. What's all that about?
That's the direction the giant corpse pile is moving.
In the direction we are not moving.
Yeah. It's not really dealwithable though.
Though this looks like a job for Fireball, but we're too soon.
It's like miles worth of zombies, so
This is a job.
Like a job for a lot of Fireball.
very, very big fireball. But yeah,
This
we have
seems like
more
the sort of
pressing issue.
situation where we would probably rig up some sort of ritual and summon a meteor shower or something.
Alright, you have to nuke the site from orbit. That's the only way to be sure.
Let me go ahead and re-describe the corpse pile. They thought it was a hill at first, and then
I'm not convinced it's not a hill.
well, it's a hill made out of corpses, all twisted together and limbs flailing out, trying to grasp at anything that is nearby. Just a rolling pile of human flesh and bone. Towers above the tree line, and covers an area, miles wide. It basically, that hex that it's in is that's what it's doing. And you saw it from the next hex over. Yes. And you saw it, and it was moving away from you. It doesn't seem to, have paid any mind. But it's heading northwest when you saw it.
Yes, though, but right at the moment, there's a different issue. Because, Ixa's about to be eaten by a crocodile.
Is it one or wasn't it 3?
Crocodiles.
I think it's 6, wasn't it?
6?
Yeah, crocodile. Many crocodiles.
6 undead crocodiles, if I remember correctly.
Four
Hmm.
undead crocodiles. Four.
Okay.
Undead
That's
crocodiles spawn in groups of 1d4, don't you know?
I do know.
You do now. Yes. So Ixa was randomly determined that Ixa was on watch, and Ixa failed the perception checks to notice that the crocodiles were approaching. So one of them has leapt from the water in order to initiate combat. Since Ixa failed perception, everyone is surprised. But let's go ahead and roll the initiative.
I'm sure that'll be good news.
Let me clear the old one.
And we have not effectively taken a short rest.
Hey, give me that back. I had a total of 20. It was on there right before you cleared the old one.
Yeah.
And you accidentally cleared it. Thank you.
There you go. 1d20 for the crocodiles. I'm moving at an 18.
Oh, that's weird. They didn't add mine to the turn order.
Did you have your have Vixa selected? So you have to click on the
Yeah?
token first. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I did. That's
I don't know
weird.
then.
Well, I got 21.
Oh, come on.
Man, you're a heavy sleeper.
I added it so you can type in your number. Okay, so is everyone in the turn tracker now?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
All right.
Yep.
Organize these. Okay. So,
Oh, sorry, is Sir Auric gonna fight too?
oh yes, I forgot. This character sheet. Well, he slotted it in the right spot. Okay. So, Ixa, fortunately, you won initiative. So, you were surprised. There's a crocodile running at you. You are no longer surprised.
Oh, it doesn't actually get an attack?
Not if we play the surprise round by Raw.
Oh, that's good.
Lucas, you hear Ixa squeak, and you look up, and there's a crocodile outside your tent.
Lucas swallows.
Yes. And now the reanimated crocodile is going to try and bite Ixa on a limb. I'm gonna say you don't have your shield ready, for sure.
Does she have a shield?
You're
I
paladin,
don't think
right?
she does. Yeah, she was using a long sword two-handed, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she doesn't have a shield.
Okay. Alright then.
Does dexterity bonus count? It's like she flat-footed. I don't know if that's even a thing in this system.
No, they would have gotten an advantage if you'd still been surprised. And that's
okay.
what that would be. So no, yeah. I guess it gets a mouthful of chainmail or whatever it is you're wearing and releases you.
That's fortunate. I'm concerned now that my armor class is higher than it should be without the shield. Is 16, like, is that possible without a shield?
It is. It's it's actually what a paladin should have without a shield. It's just that I was confused because S-Stock had less than that, but that's because I rolled for gold and I rolled shitty and I had to take ring mail instead of chainmail.
Oh. And her icon does have a shield, I guess, which she does not really have.
Yeah, that as well. Also, just used to. Anyway, so the zombie crocodile comes out and it's gonna try and grab the sleeping Silas. Has advantage because he's still surprised. So a 17, I assume, does succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Silas has been rudely awakened by a bite to a leg. His left leg, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
For 8 damage.
Oh no. He shouts as he wakes up in the worst possible way.
Another croc emerges from the water. And the last one just floats in the background, looking for an opportunity. Kildrak! You wake up to the sound of screaming.
We really need to get a different alarm clock, guys.
Corandir, you also awake to the sound of screams.
What?
Silas, you have awoken to the pain of ah!
Yeah, it's pain of not having a leg anymore. It's first round, so can't do anything.
Yep.
Yeah. I reflect on my soon-to-be missing leg.
Yes, it's very soon to be missing. Bort, you were also awoken by the sound of screaming and panic.
Bort stumbles out of whatever horrifically uncomfortable position he's gotten himself into and picks up the maul he was sleeping on.
And Sir Auric also does something similar inside of his tent. Ixa! There's an undead crocodile in your face.
Yep, that's pretty bad, and I have no spell slots and no inspiration. Let's see. Attempted to heal Silas since he was already missing a lot of HP.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see if that's a full action or a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm down to 13 now. I'm not doing so good.
Yeah. It's a full action. That sucks. So if I do that, I can't attack. However, I could give you 15 more HP. That seems more useful than attacking the crocodile, so yeah, she'll do that. So in response to the crocodile biting down on Silas, she reaches over and touches him, and there's like a flash of gold and magic, and he's healed miraculously.
Good, although I think it's still chomped on there. So,
Yeah, you're still grappled by the leg.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's useful for now. Let's see. Back up to 28. Nice.
So, Lucas?
So I'm gonna need a ruling. Is this hex unoccupied?
I'm going to say no.
right? In that case, it'll have to be this hex, and it'll just suck a little bit. But could I get you to make a token for my earthen hand?
Okay.
This seems like an emergency situation as far as Lucas is concerned. So,
Hey, this looks like an earthen hand.
it does. So the crocodile that it's in melee with has to make a strength save.
Okay. Oh, I know that.
I'd have preferred to put that, at the front of my 10, but that'll have to do.
Let's see. Did they get a proficiency bonus in strength? Let me check. That's a no. It's just a natural strength. A 12. 12 has been rolled.
Well, 12 is not going to make my save DC, so
Alright.
he can take 12 damage and be restrained.
Nice max roll there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That is,
I'll just
Sure.
type something quick out if you don't mind.
If he's restrained, he probably can't do a death roll. Damn it! May have saved Lucas's leg. Not Lucas's leg. Silas's leg. Let's see. Change his action. Right. Okay. Lucas is typing something. Lucas, bleary-eyed and wearing a fluffy nightcap, grasping at his rod walking stick with some arcane...
Grasp, sorry.
Yeah.
With some arcane babbling in a drawn circle, he made a hand rise from the earth and clasped shut around the crocodile's mouth, crushing force.
No, that's the opposite of what I want.
The mouth, which is currently around Silas's
Oh, it's
leg.
the wrong one. Sorry,
I thought
no.
it was the other crocodile.
Yeah, it is. It is the other one because he couldn't get to the other one. It was unoccupied. Sorry. Go on. That's a good description. I just almost thought my leg was gonna be gone.
No. This is the one that is on your leg. This
Right,
is
No,
the one...
I really thought it was this one. Well, we'll modify that so we are grabbing him and pulling him away from the leg, then by the neck.
All right, good. Thank you.
Alright, so
Squeeze the throat.
it's restrained, so I'm going to say that it can't roll freely, so I'm not going to let it use its death roll ability. But I'm going to allow it to make another bite attack as it tries to chew on the leg that it does still have a grip on. The attack roll, the 2 hit is to see if it manages to do any significant new damage.
Are you at disadvantage attacking while you're restrained?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Okay, so I don't need to make the second roll because that's a 7.
Mm-mm.
All right. So the one is it's still attached to your leg. You're gonna have to make a strength save on your turn if you want to try and pull it off.
Although anyone attacking it will have advantage.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. So just use me as a crocodile holding device, I guess.
Whatever works.
Yeah. The other one though attempts to bite at Ixa once again, and Ixa is
Still no
apparently
good.
Ixa is apparently ungrabbable. Muttering something about how armor shouldn't protect against being grappled, but
Oh, do you want to switch to Pathfinders? We have touch AC and everything.
no, I want to switch to GURPS. Where
Oh, sweet.
armor is subtractive damage.
Were there optional rules for older versions of D&D for that?
Oh yeah, armor's damage reduction. Yeah,
Yeah.
like there have been optional rules for it since like AD&D, or probably even before that. I know I have some saved for like various iterations of it, but most people don't bother because if it matters to you that much, you're probably just going to play a game that works that way in the first place.
I remember
Yeah.
I remember seeing rules for that in third edition, but I remembered at the time like running the numbers and being like, this is a really bad deal. You were just way less protected if you changed the rules this way, and now things you should be able to be pretty protected from will kill the shit out of you.
One thing that I do like from this edition is the armor master feat. If you're wearing heavy armor master feat, then if you're wearing heavy armor, you do reduce non-magical damage, slashing, bludgeoning, piercing by 3. And I think that's a neat compromise between armor is evasion and armor is damage reduction.
Yeah, and I mean, I would guess it does other things too, because just 5e feats usually do, so that is cool.
I don't think it does actually, but that's actually a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
All right, so Kildrak, it's your turn.
Where are we now? One of the crocodiles is held down.
Yes.
That one?
Yeah, that one is currently being restrained by the giant hand of dirt, which has risen from the ground next to your tent and is now grappling an undead crocodile, which is also
Okay.
biting Silas's leg off.
All right. Shit.
I don't know how Kildrak reacts to that. He might think he's still dreaming.
Maybe, but like, he'd still try to bludgeon some shit in his dreams, so I don't think it's gonna matter much.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Like, at this point, my problem is that we didn't get a short rest, so he's still at like half life.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to get out of Bort's way so that he can get out without destroying the tent.
You're probably also aware that there are potions in Lucas's tent.
So, what and I don't want to get too exposed. Okay, okay. I assume that stepping in the fire would be bad, so I'm not going to do that. 10, 25, 15. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do is get out of Bort's way by moving one tile back.
Okay.
And then Phil Sticker is going to pull out his pipes of haunting again. Or not again, but he's going to pull them out. And he's going to play the strange, slightly terrifying song that it produces.
Okay. And that's a wisdom save?
DC 15 wisdom.
Okay.
And it should hit all of them.
Yep.
Okay, only one of them managed it.
So... All right. So I was just going down the line here, top to bottom. So
Figured.
the top 3 are are frightened of Kildrak now.
Wait, 1, 2. Okay, I see. I think the bars are just a little bit off.
Mhm.
Okay, and I believe that's just a full action doing
Yep.
that.
So, Quarandir.
Yep.
Undead beasts.
Yeah, I'm going to do some moving.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da-da. Onto the boat right here.
Okay.
Let's see. And
This one is restrained, so if you want to shoot him, you'll have advantage.
do I have the option of being able to actually utilize the ensnaring strike? Or
I don't know how many spell slots you have. You haven't recovered.
I haven't slept. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
You haven't got a
two.
full short
Got
rest
2
yet.
slots.
Then I think pretty sure you only cast one spell last time.
Yep. Only did it once. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Snarling strike. I'm gonna go for this closer one here. We'll see. Well, this one's.
This one.
Let's see here. This one's the one that's most. Why is it not? The selecting tool is not selecting for me.
That one closest to you
Oh.
is the one that's not frightened.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I'll ensnare that one. Yes. So snarling that one.
Okay.
So give it a shot here. Did it read out or not?
No. I don't think that you have the information in there. So you just need to roll your um your longbow. Okay, 12. They have a 12 armor class. Okay, you do hit.
All right.
So give me some damage. And it's a strength save, right? To resist the.
Correct. Yeah. DC 12.
Nope. So your arrow strikes the zombie crocodile, and vines come out of the ground to twist around it, and try and hold it down, at least for now.
Yep.
Silas, there's a crocodile on your leg.
Yes,
And a
yeah.
giant earth hand reaching out from the ground below you.
Right. So I think finally getting his bearings, Silas grits his teeth and tries to pry its mouth open to take back what's left of his leg.
All right, that's a strength saving throw. Your
Okay.
your DC is 12. Yeah, okay. So you reach down with your hands and grab the undead Croc's jaws and pry it wide enough to get your mangled and bloody leg out, and let it go. And now it snaps at you, but your leg is free.
Yes. It's not as bad as expected either, which is good.
Bort. Bort.
Bort is going to exit the tent he's apparently in for some reason, and
He was
then
sleeping.
go down here. He
Well,
doesn't need a tent to sleep. He's used to
Gildrak
sleeping
got a
at home.
two-man tent. You weren't gonna just like sleep out in the probable rain.
I mean, he could.
I mean,
Anyway,
why would you choose
he's
to?
going because because there are other people who could use the tent. Anyway, he's going to bash the zombie crocodile in the face with his maul.
Everyone was in a tent except for Ixa, who was on watch. Quarandir, who's a strange loner man and wouldn't want to share a tent, and Silas, who brought his own hammock.
Fair. Alright,
Also
he's
Phil Sticker, but he's tied to a tree, so he can't run away.
cool. Right. Anyway, bashing with maul.
Alright, you have advantage because it is restrained.
I don't need it.
You don't, because the first roll was the 20.
Wait, I thought the other one was. I'm bashing this one down here.
Yes, that's the one that's restrained by vines from Quarandir's ensnaring strike.
Ah.
Whereas
Okay.
this one is restrained because of the grasping earth hand.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna beat it up anyway. That's 10 bludgeoning damage.
All right. You're beating this dead croc. Bruising its already dead and decaying flesh. It's hard to tell how much damage you're really doing. But you're breaking some bones, probably.
If I can hear snaps, then things are going well.
So Zero
Or crunches.
So Surorg runs out of the tent, and he turns and sees, oh shit, crocodiles. He doesn't really have a route to get into melee. But I guess he tries to shoot his crossbow at the one attacking Ixa.
Those spells?
He's only level 1.
Oh.
Hey, he hits. A little bit of damage. His arrow penetrates into the reanimated crocodile and does a little bit to mess it up. But Ixa.
Right. Time to stab the one he just shot.
Good. It needs a bit more of a beating.
Yeah, I'm just concerned this round is not going to be enough. I'm pretty sure it's going to take at least one or two more. Alright, I'm assuming that hits.
That does.
7 damage.
Alright, you cleave off another chunk of its health, but yeah, it's still got more resilience left there. So Lucas Dietrich Stein is typing.
I'm just preparing for my turn. It's up, and which seems to be now.
Yep, it is your turn. Lucas gripped his hand tightly, arm shaking slightly.
9 damage, strength 14 negates.
Alright. Nope. So
And that is an action.
So the one that you were crushing, you do 9 damage to. There's the sound of snapping bones as one of its legs breaks. It's still thrashing about and trying to snap at anything that gets in front of it. It doesn't seem to feel pain, just like a crocodile. But you're clearly doing a lot of damage to it. So it's their turn. One of the frightened ones tries to attack Ixa. No. The restrained and frightened one, I guess it'll try and, let's see. Yeah, I guess it's gonna use its action to try and break out of the spell. Nope. The zombie croc that is not afraid but is restrained by the vines is going to use its action to try and break free of Quarandir's vines.
Does it roll for damage before it tries to break free?
Oh yes, I forgot. Does that go off on your turn or its turn?
Its turn.
Okay, then yeah, that would go. Or does it say it goes at the beginning or the end?
Let's see, while trained. While trained, the target takes 1d6 piercing at the start of each of its turns.
Okay, so 1d6.
Yep.
Okay, does take another 2 damage as the vines grow thorns into it, and then it tries to break free. Well, that'll do it. So it thrashes and smashes through the piercing vines, freeing itself. And all right, Kildrak, we're back to you.
Okay, well, I don't like having one of the crocodiles able to move. It's annoying.
Hmm.
So, since he's able to use his crossbow as ensnaring strike, I assume I can use my javelins?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do that. Ensnaring strike. So that's one spell slot. And, and I'm aiming at the one that just broke free.
Okay.
Down there.
Yep.
And let's see if this hits. No.
No. No. Your javelin lands in the mud of the shore next to the crocodile, and vines swallow up around your weapon.
That's a shame.
But the crocodile is unharmed. Borandir.
I am going to. Oh, again. But this time, no more spell slots.
Right. You going for the free zombie croc? Or do you
Let's
want
see here. We've got the what? The animated croc is the one that's in the mix of the party. For some reason my
Yeah.
pointer's not pointing for selection.
You don't really have the ability to like select them, but if
Well,
you just
I
hold
can't
it, you'll get the circle.
Nope. Still don't get it.
If you look to the left, or you're in you have the pointer at the top selected.
Yeah, and it's
You
on
may need
select
to refresh the
move.
page.
Oh, refresh the page maybe? Okay.
All right. Well, in the meantime, yeah, there's one that is the one that's restrained by the hand. You'd have advantage to shoot it because it's restrained. Um, the other one is the unless you mean the one that Ix has been hitting.
One second. You said there's the one that is restrained, and I have advantage to hit it.
Yeah, that one.
And is that one of the ones that's in the mix of the party?
It's the one that was eating Silas.
Yeah, okay. I can give that one a try.
Okay.
When page loads. Still waiting.
Okay. You want me to go ahead and roll for you?
I think I'll have it in a second.
Okay.
I see part of it. I see part of the word long. I see the rest of it.
Oh. 17. That definitely hits. Go ahead and click your damage there. Ooh. Okay. So this crocodile needs to roll for undead fortitude now. But you did 11 damage, so it needs a 16 or higher to not die. Hey, what do you know? Your arrow goes through the crocodile's brain, but it hasn't noticed yet, and it's still thrashing about at 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Silas.
Yep. All right. So standing up on his now damaged leg, Silas grabs his pike where it's leaning against a nearby tree, where he strung up the hammock and tries to stab the crocodile that tried to eat him.
That sounds fair. You have advantage because it's still restrained in the earth hand. Good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That 20 hits. 9. Okay. So it now needs a 14 or higher to not die. Okay, please describe how you remind this crocodile that it's supposed to be dead.
I think he lifts the pike and in kind of an overhand attack stabs it down into the top of the crocodile's like mouth, kind of pinning it into the swamp. Yeah. Poor crocodile, but it tried to eat him, so it's.
It is already dead. You don't have to feel too bad about re-killing it.
Oh, true.
Fort! The one undebuffed crocodile is still in front of you. I assume you're going to smash it with a maul.
I am going to smash it with them all. That is what Bort do.
Okay. Do your thing.
Does a 14 hit?
It does. You doed it.
Cool. That was an awful roll.
Yeah. You bang it up a bit more, but it looks like it's gonna try and eat you now.
We'll see.
Yeah. So, Zoroark uses his move to squeeze between Ixa and the tents. in order to get over here. Actually, I guess that square is occupied, so get over here so that they can apply sword to crocodile. And then they use the sword on the crocodile with a crit. Okay, cool. Oh, they may have just killed it. Undead
Way to
fortitude.
convince us you're not level 1, Sir Auric.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So Zerork moves around past Ixa, and while the crocodile is lunging at Ixa, just brings his sword down and severs the head.
Kill Stealer.
Lucas flinches and grimaces.
All right, Ixa.
Okay. Can she get to the croc over here beside the tent, or like, does the dead one block? Is that like blocking her path?
Difficult terrain.
So that counts for double movement.
Right, but you have enough movement because you're not moving far.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I guess she just climbs atop the dead crocodile to get to the one over here and stabs it when she gets close.
All right. Stab
Yep.
away.
Looks like a hit.
Yep.
Or pretty good damage.
Yeah. You cut it. You let it know you're here.
I've made a terrible mistake.
Mm-hmm. Lucas, your earthen hand now grasps a dead crocodile.
Lucas will release his hand, and at the same time, the earthen hand will release. He'll grasp his wrist and turn the hand, casting a long shadow across the side of his tent, and he will clasp it shut, trying to grab the other crocodile.
Okay. So which other one? This one down here, or?
Yeah, that's the one it can reach.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know if you could move the hand around or anything.
I can, but it's actually an action to move the hand.
I see. Okay. So 14 negates. Well, I crit.
I'll get you next round. You're still alive, crocodile.
Yes. So it tries to grasp the croc and it bashes the hand away.
I really hope it won't be alive next round.
Well, it tries to eat you, Bort.
Oh no.
Does an 11 hit?
No.
I didn't think so.
Bort is mercifully very hard to eat.
All right, Ixa, the one that you just stabbed is gonna try and attack you, but it's oh, it should have got a. I keep forgetting to roll their recovery for fear. I'm gonna roll that now from last turn. Okay, it's still frightened.
Boo.
Ah! It tries to eat Ixa. It fails. Okay, Kildrek. The most terrifying thing in the swamp.
Damn right. I'm gonna chunk a javelin at the one that
Want to engage with Bort?
yeah, because the other one there's like 3 people in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say that this
Nope.
one. Yeah, I was going to say that this one has. This one's. I'm gonna give like partial cover. So you needed a 14.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Morandir.
Yes.
Want to shoot the
All right.
zombie croc? Steal that kill from Bort?
I'm sure that one is the Walking Dead croc.
It is.
Okay. It's just the one closest to zombie crocodile.
I know
Oh.
they put I don't my tags got so distantly done because they're long, I guess.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'll shoot the. I'll
Okay.
shoot the closest one.
Okay. Yes, you will. Okay, 7. So it needs to roll its undead fortitude. Yep. So you shoot this croc in the brain, and this time it's stuck. And the Walking Dead crocodile rolls over with the blow and ceases to move. Silas, what you doing?
Yep. So this crocodile is within 10 feet, right? Because like
Yes.
its head is in these. All right, then right. Silas pulls his pike out of that crocodile that Ixa is now standing on,
Mhm.
and attacks the other one from where he's standing, around Ixa because she's small. So
Yeah. You can totally make a pike wall with Ixa. Stab away. No, you can't.
nope.
Not with that
Wow.
roll. Not with a natural one. Bort, your zombie is dead.
Oh. Well, are there any left?
There's the one all the way on the other side of the battlefield that Ixa and Silas are stabbing at. Oh, yeah, up here.
Right. Well, I guess Bort will climb over the corpses of the others so that he can beat up on the last one. I don't
Okay.
know if that's close enough to beat
It
up on
is,
the.
yeah. I'm counting since their head is kind of like ending between these two things. I'm just counting them as being in both of those hexes.
All right.
They're large creatures. They can be big.
Okay. 14 hit.
Yes, it does.
Another 10.
That's a good hit. You crack some.
Perfectly
You
sounded.
knock some zombie teeth out.
Yay.
Noric steps up in front where Lucas can see him as he thrusts his sword around the corner at the croc. Alright. Longsword. 16 hits. 5 slashing. Zoror continues to look like he is punching above his level. It's easy to do in 5th edition. Ixa.
Alright, time to do more stabbing.
Finish it off.
Maybe.
He gets to roll undead fortitude. Oh, okay. So you stab it in the mouth, but it survives with 1 hit point.
She stabbed it in an unnecessary part of the brain.
Yes. Lucas, you
That's
got
unfortunate.
anything?
I had something. Sir Auric half blocked it, but I think I can still make this work. Lucas will crawl out to the edge of his tent and look left and look right, and then quickly turn around and motion with both hands to get the hand to move out to there. Which you
Okay.
can't see from that square, I think.
Alright.
And that will be it.
Now the hand reaches up from the swampy mud water. wet and glistening in the moonlight. And
If the crocodile is somehow alive on my next turn, the hand can go for it.
yes, it could happen. Everyone could roll just terribly shittily.
And well, I probably should have used my crossbow. This feels like what this would do.
Okay, so does an 18 hit Ixa, right?
Yes.
That was an 18 with disadvantage for the fear, which I forgot to check to get rid of again. But okay, I will take the hit. Ixa, you get bit on your sword arm for 6 damage, and you are grappled by a undead crocodile.
That is terrifying.
Yes,
Let's make sure it's dead soon, please.
yes. Preferably before its next turn.
Exactly.
Kildrak, Ixa's arm's about to be ripped off. You have seconds, like 6 of them.
That's not ideal.
Yes.
Shit. Okay. Don't think Bane's gonna help. Healing word won't help. Heroism probably won't help. I can't touch it anyways. The thing's already afraid, which gives it disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that won't help. Huh. Maybe.
If you
Okay,
have
so
anything,
Go on.
I was gonna say, if you have anything that would give Ixa a bonus or advantage or something to saving throws.
Well, that's what I was about to give her.
Okay, I was going to say then that's
Yeah.
something that like assuming it doesn't get killed because it'll probably get killed before then. But if it doesn't, then
Right.
then that would not go amiss.
Yeah, so can I do bonus actions after my attack?
Yes.
Okay. So, and I figure it's probably gonna have heavy cover, so this is probably gonna miss, but I'm gonna try and throw a javelin at it just to see if I can avoid having to use this.
Sure. If it were just one of them, that would hit, but let's see. Wait.
Right.
So partial cover is it goes +2, +4, and then impossible, right? So this would be +4.
That sounds right.
Right. So yes, 16 does hit in that case.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it needs to get a 10 on its undead fortitude roll now. If it gets 10 or higher, it survives. 10 or less than 10 rather, it dies.
Here's hoping. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ixa. Have some bardic inspiration, which I'll post that so you can see it.
Basically, it's a floating d6 that you can use on on whatever d20 roll that you like. You just roll the d6 alongside it. You can roll it after you see the d20 result, but technically you have to do it before I tell you what the result is. If I didn't give you a target number up
Right,
front,
which I've got a pretty good idea what the AC is.
right.
So that, if I remember correctly, yeah, if I'm reading right, you can use it to boost your attack or your saving throw to keep your arm.
Right. So like
Good.
you could use it on your turn to try and attack the crocodile. Give yourself advantage and try and hit it and kill it, or you could save it for your for its turn, for when it tries to rip your arm off.
And I will warn, this may be a little metagamey, but that's my last bardic inspiration right now.
That's fine. That
Okay.
is that's perfectly fine information to share.
Okay.
The Fever Swamp is very resource draining, so you can talk about that. So Corandir, it's your
Yep.
turn.
Well, presumably I can make a shot between Ixa and Fort.
It has partial cover, so it's got +2 AC, but you can try.
Okay.
Well,
How about a natural 20?
I guess you can do that.
Don't crits bypass the undead immunity thing?
Oh, yeah, that's right, they do. Yeah, you're right, because it's radiant damage and critical hits. So yeah, you shoot an arrow right through the essential part of its undead brain, and Ixa, the bite along your arm goes loose, and it slacks off, and falls to the ground.
And she immediately recoils and backs away.
Yes. Yeah. You owe Quarandir for your arm now.
Of course.
Yes. Yes. So, yeah. This is the end of combat rounds.
Okay,
I'm
well-
gonna go gather up my javelins, all of which missed.
Sure. Sure.
Anyone need a potion?
I
Ixa's
wouldn't turn
down
one
6.
down.
6 HP, but I don't think it's that much.
21 down, you say?
6.
Someone else, I thought it said 21, but I guess I misheard.
I'm down by 12.
So while I walk around and pick up arrows, I was going to see if one of them has a larger crocodile tooth than the one I carry.
Hmm.
You can have the minor if you like for 2d4 plus 2,
Oh.
I think.
That's a good question, Quarandir. How big is the one that you carry?
From a large croc, but not quite as large as what would be the giant crocs,
Right.
which I'm still hoping to get.
Well, none of these qualify as giant crocs.
Yep.
There are giant crocs in the Fever Swamp, but none of these are them. But one of them is maybe a little bit larger than the tooth you had before.
All right.
So, what do you do with the zombie croc bodies?
I guess we dry them and burn them.
Yeah, there's really nothing to be harvested as far as I know.
I don't remember there being anything we needed from them, so I mean I guess we can
Yeah.
have someone rummage through them, but I doubt there's gonna be anything of note in them.
Philstricker
they
might
might have
ask
eaten
if they have
stuff.
any blood, but they don't.
I mean, I guess I'll roll a check on Arcana to see if Lucas is aware if the concept of zombie crocodile skin is a dangerous one. Like, will those boots come alive and try to eat other boots' souls?
Right.
And yeah, I also do think it's worth checking inside them to see if they ate anything valuable.
With the 13, does Lucas know conclusively that they don't?
There are no useful parts on a zombie.
All right, then we'll dry them and burn them.
So Silas, you wanted to check inside their insides?
Yeah, it's worth just cutting them open and
Seems fair.
just do a crocodile autopsy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You find you find someone's old wallet in the intestines of one. Um, there's a lump of silver coins. Um, about uh 22 silver pieces,
All right, cool.
but not not exactly treasureful.
It's all right though. We can just split up those 22 silver, however many ways we want to do that. So what, 3 for each and then a few copper?
Mm-hmm.
Assuming we're gonna give Phil Sticker some.
That was 3 silver.
Yep.
Shall I add that to the? Is that 3 silver total for the party loot pot, or for someone in particular, or?
For each person.
All right, just add that right in.
And then what was it, 1 silver each? Yeah, just 1 silver afterward that you can add to the party pot, I guess, because that's easier than splitting it up into copper pieces.
Yeah.
They're like pennies. I don't even want to have copper. First stop in town and going back to the money changer and getting rid of the copper and the electrum and everything. Platinum too.
My next campaign, primarily Electrum-based currency. Everything is done. Everything is exchanged in Electrum. Nobody except like the craziest merchants will actually take a gold coin for its full value. 'Cause they won't believe you that it's actually gold. But all right. So so the rest of the night passes uneventfully.
Thank goodness.
And
But that doesn't count as a short rest for today, does it?
no. But by morning, the purple thing is in my way, so I and the corpse pile has moved on beyond the horizon, or far enough where you can't see it. At least not without climbing a tree or something. I don't know. But by morning, the corpse pile seems to have moved on, and the swamp seems to have returned to normal. You are here. Where are you going?
Well, I'm pretty fucked up. So,
The 8 hit points wasn't enough to help out. Do you need more?
oh, 8 hit points you gave me? Let's see. Well, the bigger part is spell slots and bardic inspiration.
Yeah. I'm out of every expendable thing except healing dice.
Well, there's a case to be made that no matter what we do, we map this hex first.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. I
Yeah,
think.
that seems safe-ish, reasonable.
My thought would just be to pop back to Mama's healing house. I know that's, going to delay us, and Auric may have an issue with it, but
Mm-hmm.
You know what's also going to delay us is if we all fucking die.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We could
We can
also
overpower him
decide
if he
that.
objects.
We could also decide that next week, even too, because I figure by the time we finish mapping this hex, it might be time to like stop after one more encounter, even.
We're probably not going to finish Fever Swamp if we can only manage 1 hex a week, guys.
Mm.
But
Is there really an ending to finish?
Not precisely, no. I mean, there's a finite number of dungeons in the swamp.
Yeah, but I mean,
Like-
I was saying that because KSB said at the beginning, like, have a short session because of school and everything.
fair enough.
Yeah.
But like, we might want to move it to a different day and do like actual 4-hour sessions, if people can do that. I'm fine with that. So,
There's no day that doesn't cost us at least 1 person,
yeah,
including
it sucks.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't know why people need to have jobs and things.
Yeah.
I know they're
Go to
terrible.
school.
Yeah,
It's
I
awful.
agree. Yeah. Yeah. Why can't I retire?
Yeah.
I mean, if we get, according to my according to my family, if we go to a welfare state, nobody will ever work anyway. So obviously, we should push for that.
Sounds good.
Sure. Okay.
If
But
it
yeah,
means I get
let's,
to more time to play RPGs. But,
right.
yeah.
Oh no, clear skies. I just realized it's bad for Ixa.
Yes. So, okay. So, you want to spend today mapping this hex?
I think so. Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Alright. So, obviously, Lucas is our cartographer. Is someone going to forage for food, this day?
If we're not needing to navigate, I can forge.
All right. Yep, that sounds good.
Okay. So, um, so yeah, Quarandir, you find D6 plus your Wisdom mod in food.
And since I'm a ranger, I find what is it double? Because I'm in my natural terrain
Oh,
or preferred terrain.
I didn't know that was part of that, but if that's what it does.
Let's see here. Oh, come on. I'm having all kinds of browser issues.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be listed as part of Natural Explorer.
Oh, let's see here. Give me a second here.
What do you mean? The second from the bottom.
Oh, yes, you're right. So yeah, you do find twice as much. So you find 12.
Should we increase the food stocks, or should we just throw away what we don't eat?
This is none of this is preserved. So unless someone can make it, unless someone has cooking skill proficiency,
You did say that we still had Gump's big thing of salt.
sure,
I remember you
Sure.
saying that.
yeah, sure. So yeah, in the undead canoe, you guys never told Retromach about the undead canoe, did you?
Oh, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. So, I and who else?
Bort.
Bort. Ford and I are currently riding in a canoe that paddles itself because the weird undead guy we took it back from bolted skeleton feet to the bottom.
I believe the word I used was crucified two skeletons to the side of it.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes,
It's
we have
horrifying,
an
but it's really
we have an
useful.
entire stone.
Yes.
Could we maybe not leave the skeletons to do that?
They're useful.
It's okay. They listen to commands,
Yes.
even our commands.
Yeah. If
Well-
you take a move action, you can. If you're in the undead canoe and you only need a move action to move the canoe instead of your full attention. Also, you can stand there and look imposing while your canoe moves on its own.
Definitely doing that.
I will remember those rules from when I have for when I get a celestial canoe later. But if Sir Auric doesn't mind, Lucas will object to it silently.
I don't know if we told Auric, and I'm not gonna.
He probably should have like smashed it as soon as it came out of the water on shore, but I'm just gonna say he's just like it seems to be under control and
It's useful.
it's
He's
useful,
busy with Phil
and
Sticker.
if he's busy watching the warlock, and he needs you all focused on tracking down this witch. He's very he can only smite one problem at a time, okay?
I imagine the swamp is very taxing on him.
Yes.
So how about water?
Did
we find any water?
He did not roll. He didn't roll high enough to get any water.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is why we're carrying a crap ton of it, because if we don't, we're screwed.
Because there's a lot of water in the swamp, but not a lot of it's clean. So.
Very little of it is potable.
Right. So unless you have like take the time and effort to make it clean. You're not just gonna like find a nice spring that you can drink from traveling through the swamp.
Do we have a cleric in the party still? Could I grab a guidance of my cartography?
There is no cleric, but you have two paladins.
Can either of them cast guidance?
No, Auric's first level. He can't do spells yet.
Just
And Nick
rub
says
them
out of
together.
slots.
It's a cantrip. All right.
Uh,
Well, we're fine.
Okay. You are. Or you will be as long as Lucas survives the encounter. So,
Fair enough.
So midway through the day, oh wait, I need to see what the. I know what I rolled, but how many of them are there supposed to be? What's the number appearing on these things?
That doesn't sound good.
Ooh, that's way more than I thought. Oh my god. Okay. So you're mapping through the area, and you hear. No, you don't. Because so you round the corner, or you round the path of water through the trees, and you see up ahead 4 large, green-skinned, iron-toothed humanoids. They look like a mama's sons, Droog and Rock. And they are fishing. With their net, with animal gut nets.
Y'all think these ones are friendly too? Um, uh, can I do a, I don't know, nature check to see if they are, to see if I would know if they are normally?
No, you've encountered like signs of these things so many times, and everyone has failed their rolls. So
Okay.
it's like you guys,
Nah, that's fine.
nobody knows what these are. Because like everyone failed to recognize the head of one back in Gottfried's Bane. And then you met Droog, and nobody knew about him then. Yeah, so it's like
Okay, that's
nobody
fine.
knows what these are.
I guess I'm just gonna like mutter at the others as, subtly as I can. Should we like turn around or want to try and talk to them?
So, not having slept very well, I think Silas says, I don't want any trouble today of any kind.
I think Ixa would agree with that.
Let him be, and we will be.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess we're gonna try and just go around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, that's my plan.
Yeah. I want stealth checks from our 2 lead boats.
Oh crap. Ooh.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered if I used inspiration anyway.
Was I in a lead boat? I can't remember.
You're in a rear boat.
Silas.
Okay.
Look at the layout.
Hmm.
I don't know which way's forward.
There's an arrow.
Oh. I scrolled over too far. Okay.
Arrow broke.
We are not very stealthy.
Okay.
No, we're not.
So you begin paddling back to like go around these people, and one of them takes note of you, and he stands up. Hey, where are you going? Why don't you come
we
on
just
down?
we just didn't want to interrupt whatever y'all were doing.
There ain't no fish out today anyway. Why don't you guys come on over?
Y'all wanna do
Well,
that?
yes, he seems polite enough. I don't see any reason not to.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Alright, we'll come say hi for a bit.
So the 4 of these large things they begin coming up and gathering. So where are you guys all from? Most of you don't look like swamp folk.
Well, I'm from the Nilfenberg Cartographers Association. We're here to explore and map the swamp.
I don't understand half of what you just said, but
I want to draw a very good picture of the swamp.
I see. So you're an artist, are you?
Something of the sort.
So what about the rest of you? Don't take this many to draw a picture.
Not normally, but this swamp is pretty dangerous. Anyways, though, I'm a gladiator from the mountain homes. I'm just here for stories.
Ixa waves and says, Ixa.
Insight checks from anyone who wants to make them.
Woo! An actual good roll.
Well, one is talking to you. The other ones are moving to like surround.
I'm gonna.
You have a feeling that if the fish aren't biting,
Yeah.
they might think you're the fish.
Yeah. I'm gonna don't know if we have like a prearranged signal or something, but I'm gonna try and signal to the others that shit ain't right.
Well, it's a shame, Lucas will say. Would you care to join us? We're about to have lunch.
Why, that sounds great. Why don't you pull the boats on over this way? There's a little island.
Certainly. I hope you enjoy sausage and cheese.
We can do with some sausage.
Although Lucas understands that things ain't right, he'd rather not have the boat smashed, so parking seems good.
So, they kind of gesture you all towards this, towards this little island. And you see that that there is what looks like it looks like there's a fire pit here. They've clearly had a fire that's now gone out.
Mm-hmm.
How many of them are there?
4.
Okay.
I mean, even if they want to eat 5 rations each, we can probably feed them.
If that avoids us getting into combat, I would be for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, if it avoids me trying to intimidate 4 giant whatever the fuck they are.
Especially since we have learned that we can apparently get more food than we
Oh wait.
need.
Alright.
We are somewhat over-provisioned.
I'm sorry, I lied. There's no fire pit. That was a lie.
Oh.
But yeah, so they take you to an island upon which you see that there is like bones of fish, like large fish, like fish heads that have been left out, and crocodile bones, and some sort of giant snake skeleton. You're not quite sure what it is from. It looks like they've been eating raw creatures here and just discarding the parts they don't like.
It's days like this, Lucas wish he studied druid craft.
Yes. And so
Unlike prestidigitation, druid craft can do something about smells.
So they they push your boats up and they're like, so lunch. They reach down. One of them reaches down and picks up one of your barrels of food. And
By all means, help yourselves. We're somewhat
Um,
over-provisioned anyway.
More than happy to share.
What are your names? If you don't want to make up names for them, that's fine.
I'm
Don't put me on the spot like that.
I'm sorry. I had previously intended this to be a combat encounter, and I have I'll turn the
Leave it to the players
PBTA
to
tactics.
ruin
What would their names be?
it.
Probably relatively simple so they could easily remember it and also shout it at each other.
Mm-hmm. Yes. They have 4 probably monosyllable names.
I'm sure they all sound like grunts.
Yes, they're all some sort of grunt. Yes.
Kildrak is going to ask if they like music at all. And then he's gonna
What
pull
a
out his
dr-
flute anyways.
Now, what a Dredger like music. Yes, because I decided earlier that something about them that would. Yes, we don't hear a lot of music out here in the swamp, and they're like passing around your barrel, and just like eating. They're like dipping their slimy swamp hands into your food, and just pulling out
Freaking
like sausage and um, sausage and cheese and shoveling it into their mouths. Um,
Lucas
getting
is
like
once again pleased he learned prestidigitation instead.
so
and there's like as like they're eating your food with their mouth, and they're chewing with their mouths open, and you can see like they're these iron teeth that they have in their mouth in their maw. Um, if you hadn't put it together before, you realize now that the sword you took from the chieftain white, those iron spikes on it, are made
Mhm.
from the teeth of one of these creatures.
Mhm.
And one of them says it's been a long time since we've heard any music. Play it.
Kildrak's gonna get his viol out and just start playing.
Roll performance.
Sure. There you go.
All right. So yeah. The four dredgers gorge themselves on days worth of rations each. Um, as they just go through, most of your um, most of that barrel of supplies. Um, each consuming like 5 days worth of food for one of you each.
Small price to pay.
Yeah, at
And
least we're not fighting them.
Yeah.
and they sit back and pat their stomachs filled with your food. And as they listen to Kildrak's performance, and they begin to get drowsy, and they fall asleep.
I'm gonna keep
Wait,
playing and then like say to the others quietly that we should probably get the hell out of here.
Mhm.
Ixit does not argue.
Yeah. Well, we hopefully we've satisfied them, and we can be like, unfortunately, we have to get back to work.
Oh no,
People are.
they're asleep. We don't even need to say anything. Let's just
Ah.
go.
Holding
Yeah.
his nose, Lucas nods.
Yeah, let's disappear.
All right. Yes. So you go out and you get back to you paddle away from here quietly but quickly, and yes, you've finished the task. Um, you finish mapping the hex, uh, and night comes, and you set camp once again. The levels of undead now having returned to their normal levels, with the corpse pile not being right on top of you. You're able to get your short rest.
Oh,
Alright.
finally. Okay. I guess I don't need to burn a hit dice anymore, but if anyone does decide to, then there's Song of Rest going.
What does that do?
It adds a 1d6 on regaining hit points if you expend a hit die.
You do still have to expend a hit die first.
Yeah.
though.
It's not just free.
I think I will spend one.
I'm missing 10, so yeah, I might as well. KSV, the maximum health lost from the Chieftain Whites, like Dementor thing, that went away after a short rest, or does it need a long rest?
Long rest.
Oh, okay. Alright, I guess I'll still spend one hit die. Alright, 7.
I can't remember anymore if does Bardic Inspiration recover with long rest or short rest?
I think long.
But
I mean,
don't.
that's what would make sense. I just can't remember.
Let me quickly check.
Yeah, because that one's pretty important.
Long rest.
Damn.
Dang.
Oh, and I believe at least one dawn will have happened at this point. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I need to roll for my pipes.
Right. Recovering your charges.
So that puts it back to full.
Yep. Very nice. Okay. So, oh, I forgot. Your miasma checks. Dang, Phil Sticker gets it, but his player's not here.
Guess you gotta roll for him.
I guess so. That's only fair.
That's what Solo would have wanted.
It is. Okay.
Especially when you crit fail and he dies.
No, he
not-
doesn't want his character to die. He just wants a terrible, disfiguring, creepy disease, I think.
Unfortunately,
He wants mushrooms to grow from his back.
Right, like something that replaces his arms with tentacles, or...
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, he got the fairly boring result, which is a splitting headache, which
Oh.
just incapacitates you with penalties without actually, like disfiguring you in any way.
Yeah, I mean, that's like what he was doing
And
anyway.
he made the Constitution save anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Oh well. Okay. So
What kind of wimpy ass infections are these that just give you a headache?
You know what? I'm fine with that. They can be like that.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way: there are some there are a couple that are wimpy. There are several that are terrifying. Let's see. This one can kill you. Powerful fever is just big penalties. This one can provide permanent deafness. Okay, that one's kind of weak. The no appetite one, that one is pretty scary because of how exhaustion works.
Mm-hmm.
Splitting headache. Transfiguration worm. Well, you've heard about those from Agatha. Weeping sores is basically the same as splitting headache mechanically, except that you spread it to anyone else you touch.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Then there's the soul rot. Diarrhea is pretty bad because, like, anytime you roll 1 to 5 on a d20, you shit yourself. Screwworms are terrifying. Skin moss. That's the one that Sala wants to get. You don't. You don't. You really don't. It's really bad and will kill you. But
So yeah, that sounds like something Sala would want.
You
So I'm just gonna throw this out there, like to the group in character, that maybe we should generally avoid those things. in the future.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we tried to. We just
Yeah.
weren't very good at it.
Yeah, we just need to be better at doing it.
It would seem so.
So, did we want to go back? Because I think we could probably do one more at least.
We can't let the witch escape. She's going this way. We have to find her.
Well, since we managed to get a actual night's rest, at least we're maybe going to survive. So,
You're all good on health.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just
The bard's a
spells
little
and
out of
stuff.
options, but that's
I
gonna
mean, I
happen.
guess I can. I guess I can
Oh.
still hit things. So
Oh no, I can't imagine not having spells.
I'll just keep spamming my haunting pipes.
That's a viable
pretty good.
strategy. So yeah, I think we can do one more without going back. Because I do want to try and catch Jasmine and her friend
Yeah.
there, whose name
I'm
I forget
fine with
slowly.
that.
All right. So it's the next morning. It's clear skies.
So
Where are you
Ixo is at
going?
disadvantage.
Yes. Where are you going? And at what speed are you going there?
We are going along the blue line at the speed indicated.
That is normal pace then? 1 hex per day?
Yes.
Okay.
Seems fair.
All right. Who is foraging and who is navigating? I ask, expecting to already know the answers.
It's not me.
Right, yeah. Having Gorandir forage is really nice, so I can probably navigate, I think, at a +3 in survival.
Yeah, the
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. I shouldn't do either since I had disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
was it? I have advantage. Is that what it is as a ranger?
You have better than advantage. You have, because advantage gets handed out so easily, what you actually have as a ranger is, if you fail the navigation check, you get to roll it again.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a downgrade from the raw version of you just never get lost. But it's potent enough that you never get lost.
Alright, do you want to swap around then? I'll forage. I think that's what we were doing anyway before.
We are
Uh,
still well provisioned.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, even with them eating a ton, so that's fine. Then I'm foraging. Alright,
Yeah, alright.
Silas will look for fish and mushrooms and such.
Probably should have had them.
Each of these full barrels still has about 39 person days of food.
That's good, because we're not getting any more. Oh,
Not getting
yeah.
lost.
Okay.
Marking them down.
Okay. So, lead boats, Silas and Bort. Roll perception.
Oh no.
Kildrak as well, or just those two?
Yeah, Kildrak can roll as well.
Oh no.
Probably won't matter that much. But... Nope.
Okay.
We are really bad at this.
So, which one of you rolled the worst? Bort. Okay. So, Bort. Bort, as you are, as the party is traveling through the swamp, you look out over the edge of the boat, and you catch the gaze of a beautiful woman under the surface of the water. You need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh dear. Oh
We
dear.
all know that this ends with him getting married and living happily ever after, right?
Retramok, what was the place in Lord of the Rings where this
Oh.
exact thing happened?
Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Oh god. Oh, I did all right.
Yeah. Bort looks over the edge, and he sees her, and he's about to fall when he catches himself. He realizes you've been entranced. The spirits there are spirits in the water. They're trying to drown you. Drowning spirits, one might call them.
It's the dead marshes.
Oh, thank you.
Bort is going to pointedly look up at the sky and announce that there's things in the water and they seem to want us there too. Do not look into the water.
Will that help?
I don't know, but it's better than just letting it happen.
All right. Let's find some land.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan right now.
All right, yeah. There's some land. You can pull the canoes up onto the surface.
Let's
I-
stop for lunch and see if they're still bothering us.
This is the part of the journey where we all stare into the sky.
All right. So you
Except Dixa.
yeah. Yeah. You you stop for lunch. As you are staring very decidedly not at the water, you do hear something splash, and probably one of you looks against your better judgment and sees that there is one lonely crocodile um, in the water, but it's not going to come and attack, party,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not undead and crazy. Oh no. Telgan has disconnected from Discord and cannot get back in. Oh, or not.
As soon as I type that, it let me back in.
Okay.
You said the magic words.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah. You told us there was a problem. That is one good way of fixing it.
Should we kill the crocodile before we row off? Just in case.
I mean, it's not undead, and they're not that aggressive normally. Wait, I don't know if Kildrak would know that.
What
It's
are we
not
facing?
hurting anything.
But I'm sure someone here would know that. A crocodile, but not a dead one. It's messing around in the water, but it's not approaching.
Oh.
Do we want to try and kill it before we leave, or just go around?
I would probably just ignore it if we could.
Let
Mhm.
it be. It might eat the drowning spirits. I don't know.
Bort,
Well, you're the
Bort has a flashback
wildlife
to a
expert.
previous life where he punched a crocodile after a bunch of drowning spirits were trying to pull everyone into the water. But that was a previous life.
It does seem like a good hunting tactic for the crocodiles to chill out near these things and wait for someone to be all like, I'm going to go for a swim.
Yeah, that happened to us once, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, that very much did happen to us.
So it might be worth dealing with that just on the off chance we botch some saves at some point. But if you guys don't want to,
I mean,
I think it's probably better just to move on and like finish making the map for this hex.
that's
Since we'll
actually a
leave anyway.
tomorrow thing. But yeah,
Oh, right. We have to sleep first.
I guess after lunch we'll move on.
All right, cool.
All right. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Well, now, once you're wise to the drowning spirit's trick, um, you're able to just kind of like keep your eyes up until you're out of that area. Um. And yeah, you move on. Spend the rest of the day getting into that hex. You set up camp. Short rest. No infections. Next morning, weather is clear
Uh,
again.
Does anyone want a potion before we go to bed?
I'm only shy by 4. If anyone's got more missing.
board is still
No,
at full
I'm.
health.
Yep, I'm
Yeah,
totally
Hicks
good.
is fine.
Well,
Yes.
then goes to you.
Okay, cool. Neat.
Because it's right back in the morning. Arcane recovery is really good in this setting.
Oh, definitely.
Makes me wish I had it.
I mean, you need to
And it's funny
multiclass in
because-
the wizard.
In a typical adventure, it's just a nice to have. You know, you stop, and if you happen to have 2 combats in the same day, or 2 adventures in the same day, because a short rest is a decent amount of time, you know, you get some of your spells back. But in this, it's just amazing to recover a bit of spell every day.
You know what's interesting is that, and I still say that it's garbage for a 20th level thing, but this setting actually would make Superior Inspiration somewhat useful. Now, it would be most useful if it was like maybe 10th level or something like that, but
Yeah, by the time you guys are 20th level, you won't be fucking around in the Fever Swamp anymore.
right, no. It's
It
would be
You know, at that point, you'll be flying around the planescape in your celestial airships.
right. No, it certainly isn't warranted of a 20th level, but it would be useful.
But the actual advantage, having, if you have no bardic inspiration, and you roll initiative, you gain one.
Yeah.
As like a very basic bard ability,
Right?
it would be nice to have. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like 5th or 6th level or something like that. Anyways.
Yeah.
Rant. Sorry.
Right. Um. Yes.
Well, multi-class.
Okay. So, I would like to take a 5-minute break. And then we'll come back and we'll see what you run into while mapping. All right?
Okay.
Sounds
All right.
good. See you soon.
Okay. And we're back. Okay. So, you have you're getting ready to set out to map this new hex, yes? So, if your forager wants to go ahead and roll their foraging.
All right. Let's see.
We don't need a guide today, so we should have the ranger do this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it. Oop.
Here you go. 1d6 plus your wisdom times 2 to feed the entire party.
Yep.
Mm. There it is. Okay, so 6 food.
It's like we are going to have to expend 1, unless we also have to feed Philsticker.
You have to feed a fill sticker.
Alright, but I'm feeding him from the disgusting one.
I
So we
doubt
each
he'll
have to s-
notice.
We each need to spend 1 ration then.
No, Lucas is quartermastering. I'm keeping track of all the rations and water.
Oh, okay.
Conveniently, we have tokens for it, so it's really nice.
Okay. So you're traveling through the hex. Sir Orc is sitting there and he's with his arms crossed, watching Phil Sticker and being very annoyed that you guys are all stopping to map and not heading to this corpse at all speed. But he remains silent. I need every one of you to roll perception and try and and by the way, you are also rolling with disadvantage because reasons.
Well, we're all screwed. Never mind, we're not screwed.
Just most of us.
Silas, you're in the front, so you'll definitely you'll see this first. As you're maneuvering your boats through a narrow pass between two bits of land, Silas, you see there's something reflected in the water up ahead that is not, as far as you can tell, standing there. You see in the water a sort of a reflection of something that looks vaguely like jasmine, but wrong. It's very shabby, and the hair is stringy and patchy, and the clothes are very um, ill-fitting, and the fingers are grown and deformed into long claws. And you just see the reflection of this thing in the water, but you don't see like the creature itself, just a reflection of it in the water.
Hmm.
It's um 36 feet away from you.
Yeah, so definitely I lean over to Bort. I don't know how close together our canoes are, or his creepy undead canoe is to mine.
Close.
And yeah, and say, look over there. What do you make of that? And like hold the pike out between us and the reflection in the water. Or not us, but myself in my boat.
Mhm. Bort, when this is at first you don't see anything, but Silas right there, and it takes you a moment, but then you perceive the thing. It is as described, a reflection of something horrible that isn't there. Bort?
Oh, I
It
was
already
muted.
got him.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Right. Well, I don't think I would recognize that, would I?
Probably not. Are you a
Well,
trained
that,
arcanist?
no.
Then no.
Well, I will send it back down the line. I'll tell Kildrak to tell other people that, hey, there is a scary, scary image of a scary thing being scary up in front, and we need someone who understands scary things to tell us what this scary thing is while we stop and not go near it.
Does Lucas have the ability to make a roll to guess anything about this, or is this a local phenomenon?
You can roll Arcana for this.
All right.
Okay, yeah, you know what this is. This is called a skulk. Skulk. With a 15, I'll just read this part of the entry to you. Skulks are the soulless shells of travelers who become lost in the Shadowfell, wandering its grey wastes until they've lost all sense of self. They are so devoid of identity that they have become permanently invisible. Only children can see the skulk without the help of a mirror or a special candle. On the rare occasions when Skulk is visible, it appears as a drab, featureless, hairless humanoid. And you know that they can be summoned by performing a certain ritual, in which case they are given a portion of the summoner's identity and bound to obey the summoner's commands for 30 days.
Does Lucas think they're dangerous?
They're invisible assassins.
Lucas will nod and say, it's there. Shoot what's casting the reflection. Get his crossbow out. He'll follow his own advice.
We might want to line up and volley fire.
Good call.
Okay.
just doing a ghost firing squad, I guess.
If you all start lining up shots on it, let's roll initiative. How about that?
All right.
I'll clear the initiative from the previous fight first. Okay. And
Help me remember to click my token. Is that the thing? Holy crap, I rolled a good initiative.
it rolled.
Oh,
best
God.
initiative. Okay, well, it failed to surprise it.
Are we all rolling initiative? I kind of missed some of this from lagging out here.
Yes.
We
There
were
we
going
go.
to line up and volley fire on the thing, but it realized, hey, these people know I'm here and they're pointing weapons at me. I should probably not let that happen.
Yes. Okay. So, so with you've all stopped and looking at it and readying weapons, it walks inland and you lose the reflection that was telling you exactly where it was.
Does anyone have a mirror?
No, I checked that as soon as Gatsby said it. I don't myself. Does anyone have flour or something?
I've got some soap.
That's not similar enough.
Well, if you took the soap and you took a cheese grater and you grated it all up into a
Let's pull back 30 yards, and that should improve the reflection angle and keep us farther away from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. So we can do that. Just try to get to where we're kind of out of range of dry land, basically.
Mhm.
Well, like a lake will reflect the trees on the far side of it if you're standing at the right place. The farther we just have to be at a point where there's water midway between us and him, and we should be able to see him again.
All
Bort
right, fair
is
enough.
going to take the soap and a rag and is going to polish the front of his shield.
Okay. So while Bort is doing that, and the rest of you are trying to get the
Maneuver the boats. Yeah.
maneuvering the boats, whichever one of you has the best perception can roll that with advantage from all the extra eyes helping you.
Perception.
And
I
I'm
got
gonna
two.
oppose it with its
Looks like,
stealth to try and prevent you
I'm
from
at a
doing
4.
the thing you're trying to do.
Yeah, like Karandir is going to be our man.
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
Oh,
All right.
This fucker
Close.
has.
It's close, but yeah. It must know what you're doing and has positioned itself behind something.
Jesus, +8.
It has +8
It's
stealth.
invisible.
Yeah, it's probably got stealth expertise.
Mhm.
Double proficiency.
Yeah, looking at that because it's got a +4 dexterity, and then it seems to have double proficiency in stealth.
That's not unreasonable. Rogues will get that typically, and you can get it with the feet if you want it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yep. So yeah, that was a clever idea, but you don't seem to be able to pick it out of all the trees and stuff that are being reflected up there.
Well, fortunately, we're now far away from it, so we'll just leave.
Yep. Bort, you have a very shiny shield now, but everyone else is
Cool.
deciding to leave.
Oh well, I'll keep it shiny just in case. You never know if. I mean, she. He explained the whole how the skulks work, right? To the rest of us.
Yes.
I
Okay.
assume so, and I assume that he was much
Although-
more pedantic
Lucasy.
and elaborate than long-winded.
Yes, he probably gave memorized references from books on studies about them. But
Yes.
before we go,
Hmm.
was the skulk carrying any equipment?
No,
All right.
unless you count raggedy clothing.
I might. If the raggedy clothing would have a different name than any of the clothes we're wearing, locate object can be used to locate the skulk. So if he, for example, has a raggedy vest and none of us have a vest, we're golden. If, however, there isn't a name for what he's wearing, or it shares a name with something we're wearing, that wouldn't do.
Well, it was currently dressed in the same style of clothing that Jasmine was wearing, and none of the player characters except for Ixa are female. So there's a chance that Jasmine might have been wearing some article of female clothing that none of you would be wearing.
Makes sense. So just like it's wearing a dress, and you can try that approach.
Mm-hmm.
Was it wearing something that Lucas believes he would identify as a dress?
Yes.
All right, locate object dress.
Okay. You know exactly where the dress on the skulk is located.
Then
Over
I will
there
shoot it.
behind, like, a bush. Okay. You would have had disadvantage because it is still invisible. Although you have allocate object on, it's very difficult to say. Regardless, it only has a 14 AC, so you hit.
There it is. Everyone fire where I fired.
Oh yeah, hearing that, Silas will pick up his musket and make an attempt.
Okay.
Now, is there an arrow hanging in the air, or did they witness an arrow vanish mid-flight?
That's a good question.
I mean, either way, it gives them a very good idea of where the target is,
Yeah.
but...
Yeah. I guess you see an arrow sticking out of like half of an arrow sticking out of thin air, giving you a pretty good idea of where to shoot. You will all still have disadvantage, but if you want to loose your volley, you may do so.
All right. I'm gonna use inspiration just for the not having disadvantage because I don't trust my roll.
Nice though.
That was a waste.
Aw.
Yep.
If I already have disadvantage, what does that mean?
You
Nothing.
It doesn't stack.
Or just roll with disadvantage.
Good.
Ah,
Hmm.
And Ixa will at least attempt to throw a javelin.
oh my god.
Yes!
There we go.
Ixa hits and does damage, and Kildrak crits.
Does Killjack crit, though?
Oh no, disadvantage. You're right.
So
But
it's
that's
just
still
the
two more
sound.
hits, so that's like
yeah.
13 more damage,
Yeah.
plus the 9 I did.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
It's not having a good day.
Yes. So there's a javelin like halfway vanishes, and a couple of javelins so this thing gets like pincushioned. There's an arrow and then like two javelins just like thunk thunk thunk, and then there's another thump as it falls over.
Well, let's go see if we can find anything to identify this poor traveler. But I'm glad we've freed them from this hell.
Truly.
How did you find it, anyway?
He was wearing a dress.
That doesn't explain anything.
Oh, the spell I used would have used to locate the book and locate any object I could name. But it will always locate the nearest such object. If any of us had been wearing a dress, we wouldn't have been able to locate it.
I guess it's a good thing none of us are cross dressers.
Or there's no fancy party to go to.
So okay, you go up, and with your weapon still sticking out of it, it's easy to find now.
Cool.
So yeah. You
Still
go up.
invisible, eh?
I guess so. Actually, I guess it should probably cease existing. It was already just barely hanging on with almost no existence to itself. So it should probably just stop existing.
That sounds reasonable enough to me, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
'Cause it was kind of like an ethereal spirit, I guess.
Yeah. It's kind of it's basically a spirit that's so devoid of identity it's invisible. So yeah, you find your weapons and there's no sign of like the body, but also no sign that it left. There's also no
I
sign
am
that it
no
was
longer
ever here,
I am no longer detecting address.
and you are no longer detecting a dress.
Fair enough. I will stop concentrating on that. Actually, you know what? No, I won't. On the off chance that someone wearing a dress died in the area, I may as well keep the full duration, just in case we happen to see that traveling.
Okay. So, yeah, you recover your ammo, and you can get back in the boats. Um, we were mapping, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, Lucas, give us that cartography. Nice. All right. So, so yeah, another day goes by. Um, and another piece of the swamp has been mapped. Uh, you uh, you set camp for the night. Um, you eat your dinner, and nobody gets sick and dies. Um, because you killed the skulk, it's not going to attack you in the nighttime. And yes. Does anyone have anything they want to do with their short rests? I don't think you are going to.
I'll get that spell back.
All right. Right. Yeah. Hurricane recovery. Um. All right. Um. While you're sitting around the campfire, getting ready to turn in, Sir Oric says, "If we hurry tomorrow, we should be able to get to the edge of the area that they said the Ur corpse was in. I think we should. I think we should move quickly now."
One of our concerns, though, is that should we become lost, it could prove deeply problematic. The mapping, although slow, is a very good protection against that.
But what good does it? But what good does this map do us if we never catch Jasmine? She's had 2 extra days on us already.
Won't whatever ritual she needs to perform take time?
I assume so, but I don't know how much time.
Could you raise a dead god in a day? Or a week?
I would not attempt such a thing.
But we know she's wrong. The drowned god isn't in this swamp. It's a question of whether she'll give up inside of a few days, is it not?
I don't know what she will do when she finds this Ur corpse. He turns to Phil Sticker, who is unfortunately playerless right now, and therefore unable to speak.
He just has a migraine. He doesn't want to talk right now.
I simply fear that if we waste time with these maps, then this whole mission will be for naught.
I am concerned that if we become lost, we might not be able to get her home at all. It would be a miscarriage of justice.
If she is trying to... Very well. I don't like it. But I can't go off and get her on my own. As long as we
The map
continue
is
making progress, we'll be patient.
Besides that, she might well be lost. Taking our time to search the area she might be in could prove valuable. She might never have reached this, her graveyard.
You make a fair point. Alright.
Lucas will begin a 2-hour monologue on the persistence hunters of the whatever the plains north of Blink is called.
Okay. Yes. So, um, Lucas casts sleep spell on all of you, and and before you know it, morning comes and it's clear skies once again. And I think this might just be a good natural place for us to stop for tonight.
So, how much XP did we get from those two mappings?
Let's see. So that is a good question. What is the average level of your party?
Is
I
it
think I'm
2 or
still
3 now?
leveled.
I'm
still
It's
level-
approximately 3, I think.
Mm-hmm. Then I think that it is. Oh, here it is. Yes. So if you're assuming you're all mostly third level, then you each got 300 XP today.
Nice.
From mapping 2 hexes. 2
And the
300?
hexes.
paladin wanted us to stop mapping. He'll be level 2 from all of this, like now.
How many was it?
300?
Okay.
Oh yeah. So Auroric reaches level 2. I get to level up. Oh my god.
Yay. And we get XP from the treasure when we get back to Clink one day.
Right. So you're still sitting on potential XP in the form of all your loot.
So I'm afraid we are
from
going
last
to have
session.
I'm afraid we are going to have to wreck the undead canoe because I don't think we can sell one of our other canoes and claim that it's loot gotten back from the swamp, but we can sell that canoe.
No, it's too valuable. It's too memorable.
Fair enough.
In Dungeon World, we definitely get an XP for that treasure.
Yes.
Thank you again for running.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And do let us know what you decide to do with the game schedule. Hopefully
Right.
we can.
Yeah, I need to talk to Sala about that because he couldn't play tonight, so he hasn't given me a opinion. I think the only one who, since Calvin, you said that you could do Thursday night.
Probably it'd probably be healthy for me to do Thursdays for a while.
Okay. Then yeah, if unless Sala objects to Thursdays, maybe Thursdays will be better. I don't know. Yeah. we'll talk about it in the chat over the week. I guess. Try and figure out what to do. Although I feel kind of okay with that. I had
It's not too bad.
yeah, it's not too bad. I had a really long day, but it's only 4 classes. There's a lot of like breaks in between those things. It's just kind of like
I had one like that last semester where it was like I had to go in the morning and then I had a lab in the afternoon and there was like a 2 or 3 hour break and it's like I spent half an hour to like 45 minutes walking both ways to and from school every day. So it's like a serious internal debate every day. Do I want to spend an hour of my day walking or do I want to sit around here for 3 hours and do nothing?
yeah. So like I got my first class at 9, right? And that's an hour. And then I've got an hour between it, and then there's got an hour where nothing happens. And then I've got my next class, and it's an hour. And then I've got like 2 hours where nothing happens. And then I've got my other hour long class. And then I've got 2 hours where nothing happens. And then I've got 3 hours of my last class of the day.
I always hate those when you've got just enough time that you don't really want to go home, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so like today I did a lot of walking back and forth. I was on campus. I did stay for the 1 hour thing between my first and second class, but also I was like going to the bookstore and doing stuff like that, you know. But then after my second class, I was like, well, I got 2 hours, so I walk all the way back to my apartment, you know, eat my lunch, watch some YouTube, turn around, walk back out. Then I come back to my apartment again for 2 hours, and then I go to my last class. You know, I guess it'll be less bad once I have like homework and studying I could be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe, assuming I use my time wisely.
I was gonna say you're gonna pretend that you're gonna use that time for your homework and studying.
Right,
Even though we
I'm
know
going
that's
to
not gonna
lie
happen.
and say that I will, but I mean I know how humanity is, and yeah. We'll see if that actually happens at all. Probably happens some, but not nearly enough. But yeah, so like Wednesday, I don't know. Once we're farther into the semester and I'm, taking tests and quizzes and homeworks, and probably don't want to do it, Wednesday night. So maybe Thursday. We'll see about it.
It might be better just to just predicting how it's gonna be in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah.
Right.
Thank
Later.
you for playing. That's
Bye.
the end.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for running.